Hey everyone, I'm just going to do a YouTube video on the likes, dislikes, and things you probably want to do to your new 850 Outlander XMR. So it's still in its break-in period. I think I've got about 150 miles on it, maybe a little under that. But there are some things that are starting to drive me crazy that I don't like, and there's some things that I really do like. So I'll list some of those off and we'll go through them. So to start off, the powder coating is garbage. Absolutely garbage. Chips everywhere. I've got my 800 powder coated and it holds up way better and looks way better than this factory stuff that comes on this XMR. I drove my 800 right up a tree, painted the tree red, and my bumper is still as red can be. I'll show you that after. But yeah, the paint on these, horrible. Powder coating, sorry. Tires, everybody's having trouble with the tires. I'm gonna ride it tomorrow and see if they're gonna rip on me like they are on everybody else. So we're about to find out that tomorrow, or sorry, Saturday, so the next day. One of the things I do like are these raised foot pegs, how they're raised up on the outside compared to the old Gen 1s that were just one standard height. And they are sharp. They definitely grab your boots. Haven't had them stab through my boots, but that could happen too. At 37K, this little coupler that's supposed to go around your boot fell off and was just rattling around and was driving me crazy. Took me a while until I was washing my bike to figure out what was rattling, and that was it. So they fixed that all up for me, no big problem. This one, on the other hand, was leaking grease out of it at the same part. 37K, look back here, this whole trailing arm was covered in grease. Grease was all under here, and the axle barely had any grease in it at all. So they also looked after that for me. So on to a couple of things I absolutely can't stand about this. Not coming with a rear bumper. I don't know how they can justify it coming without a rear bumper. Also, I priced rear bumpers. They want $100 more for a red rear bumper than they want for a black rear bumper. And their quality of powder coating, as I touched on before, is not worth $100 more. I don't care what color it is. This trunk is also another one of the hateful issues. I've put an Outsiders mud gasket on it now, but the original gasket is absolute garbage. If you open this up after going through a water hole, it'll just be a waterfall coming out of there if you don't change that gasket. It still leaks a little bit, but again, it's not a waterfall coming out of there whenever you open it up. I also don't like how this latches. This whole latching system is not a very good system in my opinion. But can't really be too picky about that, I guess. Plastic rack system, like it so far, holding up. I do like that they make the link system that you can click things in and just to secure them real quick, but I haven't done anything with that yet. Haven't been able to really test the Fox shocks. I've been talking to a few people. They say they start to loosen up after about 1000K or so, but they're still pretty stiff right now at the moment. So again, with bad gaskets, underneath here there is your air box. I'll take it off there. That is also an Outsiders Mud Crew gasket because the stock one again is crap. I washed this bike the first time after 37 kilometers and I sprayed around this with my garden hose and then removed it. And just spraying around it with my garden hose with the factory gasket, there was a snail trail of water through it. So if it was sitting in water, I'd hate to see how much water got in that. So if you're gonna raise your snorkels up, before you even think about doing that, put this gasket on. Just stock clutches so far. They work pretty good. They're obviously not as good as my STMs in my other bike, but haven't been lacking, but I also haven't drove it too much, so. Another thing I like is where I bought it from. you're in the Ottawa area, this is a great place to do business with. I buy all my parts for my 09, and obviously I bought this bike from there. Look them up if you need a bike. Sea-Doo, anything pretty well. They sell a lot. If there's any questions or any concerns, just let me know.